you were stabbed by in a Toronto mall by a stranger who was deemed criminally insane. Can you tell me what happened and about this Kate Wheeler story that aired in the city?
April 17th, 1981. My mother's friend ran a hat shop in the Sheraton Center, Queen Street, right? And she was away on holiday, and she wasn't overly fond of her manager, so asked if I could go and pick up the day's takings and make the bank deposit. And I said sure. And I went in there one day, and I'm behind the counter, and it's like a U-shaped counter, so you were like stuck in there. I turn around, and there's a guy standing there with a steak knife in his hand, and he said, "Are you the owner?" And I said, "No, but I'm in charge while she's away." And I had that steak knife in my chest.
Oh my gosh.
So pushed him away, went past him, went down on the floor, put my elbow up because he was going to slash my face, slashed my arm. He stabbed me in the abdomen, managed to sever my fallopian tubes, a couple of slashes in the leg. I thought my life flashed before my eyes. I thought I was dead. And woke up. Well, I opened my eyes, and there was an off-duty paramedic an off-duty firefighter from Michigan up there. He said, "Don't worry, I've seen worse. You're going to survive." But it was the first day the paramedics were on the road in Toronto, and there was a hotel strike. Think of it. I'm like at basically opposite City Hall, and it took them an hour and a half to get me to hospital.
Wow.
Yeah, to get me through the strike. And the media's there, right? The media's everywhere. Now, the one thing that I have always thanked CFTO at the time for is my grandmother watched that show. My mother was a producer there, and she watched the news, every night. And my mother phoned the station and said, "We haven't been able to reach her mother. Please don't air the story." And at the family station at the time, and that story didn't air. It aired on every other network. But young model / actress, stabbed in downtown Toronto, and they didn't air it. And I thought that was pretty damn decent.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
Actually. And so she found out there, and I was declared clinically dead and revived. I almost exsanguinated. I learned a new word. That means bled to death. I almost bled to death.
I can't. This is everyone's worst nightmare, right? Which is a random attack by somebody.
He didn't like, those baseball hats that they have, and they have like a pile of poop on them, and then it says, can I swear on a podcast?
Yeah, you can swear.
It says shithead across that.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He was a paranoid schizophrenic, and he thought the hat display in the window, she sold very nice hats as well, was specifically aimed at him. And that he was going to take.
So he
revenge.
Suffered delusions.
He was in and out of the Queen Street Mental Health Center. Apparently, he had been following me for going in and picking up the money. So he thought I was the boss.
Gotcha.
And he wanted to.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
No, he was arrested. He was sent to the Penetanguishene Institute for the Criminally Insane. I did not like the way that everything was basically handed to him on a silver platter: mental health, physical health. If I hadn't had parents with money, I wouldn't have got any psychological help. I wouldn't have had the plastic surgery. My modeling career was ended because of the scars across my body. So I didn't like the way that victims fell through the cracks. So started a group that became Victims of Violence, still occasionally get called in to talk to people that have been through traumatic events like that. And I was working on a film with Marilyn Lightstone, and who is Moses Neimer's partner. She told Moses the story, and I ended up getting the law changed. So victims of violence now get money for psychological help up front from the Criminal Injuries Compensation Board. So we did a series. We did a series on it, and that was my entree into journalism. That's how I got in.